This word problem talks to us about two numbers, and it says Kayla and Blake both write a number. It provides us Kayla's number and Blake's number. Kayla says the 3 in my number is 10 times as much as the 3 in Blake's number. Do you agree with Kayla? Explain. So we read that, and now it's time to use our attack strategy of read, draw, write, write to sort out the information and answer the question. So we'll label our parts so we don't forget what we need to do in each section. And remember that in our read, we always have a known and an unknown. In our draw, we'll have some sort of mathematical representation. In our write, we will have some sort of an equation. And then our last write, we're actually going to answer the question. So we're going to have something with a label. And the label in this case will either be agree or disagree. And I'm going to write that there so that I don't forget, because that's really the ultimate point of this question. Okay, Kayla says the 3 in my number. I just stopped because I got to some mathematical information. Well, what is the 3 in her number? Here's Kayla's number, and here's the 3. So the 3 in Kayla's number really represents ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000. So Kayla's 3 is really 300,000. So that was my first piece of mathematical information. Is 10 times as much. Okay, well, is it? We don't know. We're not sure if it's 10 times as much. So what we don't know is if 300,000, Kayla's number, is 10 times as much as Blake's number. And we need to locate the 3 in Blake's number. His number is 3,000. Do you agree with Kayla? Explain. So here we're going to have an agree or disagree, and it asks me to explain, so I'm going to go ahead and write my because. I can explain in numbers. I don't have to do a whole lot more of word writing, but that part was important. For my drawing, what I want to do here is I want to represent my 300,000 and my 3,000 on a place value chart, or even just writing them in expanded form. So I've got 3 times 100,000 versus 3 times 1,000. To go from 1,000 to 100,000, you have to multiply by 100. If you multiply 1,000 by 10, you end up getting 10,000, not 100,000. So it would need to be a 1-2 place value switch instead of just 1. So we've come to discover that we're going to disagree. And we've kind of already written our equation, but let's talk through it again. We know that 3,000, which is Blake's, times 10 does not equal 300,000. Instead, we know that 3,000 times 10 only equals 30,000. And that's really going to be our explanation, which is right over here. I disagree because 3,000 times 10 equals 30,000. 3,000 times 100 equals 300,000. So I just answered almost completely in numbers.